Hey guys, welcome back to TAMIYA Legends, and once again thank you for stopping by. So today's obviously a Kyosho edition. So this is my four-wheel drive competition Kyosho Lazer ZX6.6 from 2014. So in this video we're going to do a brand new shell and wing for it. And I'll be honest, this is going to be a nice little break from doing the TAMIYA stuff that I constantly do, because obviously that's box art and it's got to be perfect. This is going to be a little bit more relaxed for me because obviously there is no box art for this as such. So I'm putting my own paint scheme and decals on it. Fingers crossed it turns out. So obviously again, I've sat down, I've thought about what I want to do. We've got brand new shell, brand new wing. These are the three paints we're going for, and we've also got some decal. Well, we've got some star stencils and we've got a Kyosho Decal sheet, which I'll show you in a minute. So as I said, I've got an idea in my head of how I want this to look. There's going to be three paints involved, so I'm using all obviously TAMIYA paints. PS16, which is a metal blue, which is a Vanti blue. PS11 pink, which is the colour used on the frog, and PS6 yellow. Try to think of a car that goes on, can't think of one. So that's the paint. Obviously I'll be using TAMIYA masking tape. The body shells come from Penguin custom shells. Details on the screen. If you've not used Penguin, I cannot recommend them highly enough. The majority of guys who use reproduction shells, I guess, use Team Blue Groove on eBay, but obviously they're in Canada. So if you UK guys and even your European guys are not aware of Penguin, please check them out. Fantastic body shells and awesome service. As I say, I can't recommend them highly enough. Really good guy. And then on top of that, we have this really fancy Kyosho Decal sheet. Just found this on eBay, typed in Kyosho details. This is a guy who just produces his own decals, and you can get this sheet in basically any colour that you want, and majority of them are listed, but he also does it custom to your spec, which is great. So I just went for that effect because I want this car as bright as possible. And then the last thing to show you, I found these star decals. Now my plan is to use these as stencils because I couldn't find proper star stencils anywhere. And I thought eBay would have been rammed with them, but it isn't. So I'm not 100% sure these are going to work for what I want, but fingers crossed. So now let's have a look at what I'm planning to do. So this is the plan in my head for now, but this well could change as we start working through it. So plan is I want pink on the front end. The separation line into the blue will be just above the front window. There's also a mould line here. So the pink to blue will be across here and there, and then the blue will be here and the pink will be here. So that's going to be the separation line following the mould on the shell. So pink front, or pink all the way along, and then blue starting on top at roof and starting here, and all this back end is going to be blue. But this shell has this custom thin down the middle. So if I can show you that, if you can see it. Now obviously I need to do that pink to break that up, so I have to mask that off. So pink front end all the way down, pink thin, and then rest of it is all metallic blue. So that's the idea. And then that's where the star decals come into it, because what I want to do, this section either side is going to be metallic blue, and I want to put maybe minimum of 3 stars going down here as stencils. Hopefully going from sort of large and then getting smaller, but obviously it's going to be trial and error to see where we can do that. I've got to say straight away, I do not know if these decals will make the paint leak underneath. If it does, well, obviously I'm going to fit all the star stencils on decals, but if it does leak at the end of it, then obviously I just have to blow it over with the original colour. So I'm not going to lose too much, but I'm really hoping that it works, because if it does, the stars are going to be PS6 in yellow, and I honestly believe if I can get this masked correctly and the stars work, it's going to be awesome. Wing, let me get this right way around. Now you're going to struggle to see the wing because it's obviously not cut, but basically, again, what I'm thinking, actually I should have showed you this with the wing there. So what I'm really hoping, pink there, blue there, and then I want to reverse it on the wing. So the blue at the top goes straight into the main wing is pink, and then the side of the wing, yeah, the side of the wing is back to the metallic blue. So it's kind of a little bit of a reverse from Michelle. Fingers crossed that's going to work. And then the last thing I do on the wing, again, I want to put star decals on in maybe like an arrow formation. So one as high as I can go. Actually, I'm saying this is where we're going to have to test it out, because that's where these decals come into play. Now, I would probably like this really large Kyosho decal on that wing in there somewhere, but obviously at the back, more at an angle. So what I might have to do is cut that out, just mask it up to where it's roughly going to sit, and then do the star formation. I hope this is making sense. Kyosho decal sort of going up and round, and then underneath the decal start the little stars. So it might just be, it could even just be 3 stars, one in the middle, and then a small one at either side. Again, that's something we're going to have to look at as we get going. So that's the plan. Now, first stage for this, I would have loved to paint it as it is like this and cut it out afterwards, but I'm always fearful that the shell not going to fit and it might affect how I'm going to mask it. So first thing I'm going to do is cut the shell and wing out, get it mounted to the car itself, and then at least I know everything I'm painting is actually seen. And then once we've done that, we'll come back to it and we'll start the masking process. So let's get cracking. So that's the new shell and wing fitted. I've just got to sand the edges down now, but I thought I'd just show you it first. Looks pretty cool. Looks way better shape-wise than the 2 bodies I had already. I know it's not coming across on camera great with it being transparent. Now, a couple of things. I just think you need it set a little bit lower before, like that. So, as I say, this is not velcroed on or anything. That looks pretty cool. I'm loving that. So all I've done, I've cut at the minimum I can. So if you want the shell to sit lower, obviously a little bit of trimming across the front, the front end will start to dive, and then you'd have to trim along here to take. You could probably take an extra 5mm off of it if you wanted, and then you'd also just have to make a slight trim on the back. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it like that, because I can do all that later. I'm going to start with that, and as I say, because we can just adjust all that later. But that is looking pretty cool. Let's see if I can just get it a bit lower so you can see what it kind of looks like. Yeah, boxy, but all these modern day shells are. But yeah, I love that wing as well. That wing looks pretty cool. I went for the lowest cut on the back. But yeah, I'm happy with that. So as I say, next stage I'm going to trim the body off, and I'm going to mask the 3 windows. A little bit of a shape to mask around at the bottom, but nevertheless it's quite easy. I'm loving that. That looks pretty damn cool. Right, enough talking, let's crack on. Right, that's the window masks in and cut. Pretty straightforward. Got the angle best I can. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to mask this thin off, because as I said, this needs to be pink, because the next stage is going to be masking the line from pink to the blue separation. So while I'm doing that, I need to do this here, if you can see it. So we'll do that next. Right, that's the fin mast. Just haven't done it in a couple of pieces. Looks pretty crude, but once it's painted, kind of follows the lines that it needs to follow. That's going to look pretty cool. So what we're left with now is a separation line. Now, two choices. I can either make it at the bottom of the front window, which would follow this mould line all the way, which would be through there, around here, down, and then all the way along. But I wanted a little bit more pink on the front. Now I know there's going to be a lot of pink here, but what I am thinking now is that I make the separation line, the blue starts here. So copy this, use this top window line and take that straight across. In fact, so I'm lying, take the top of the roof line, that line there, so that the pink will actually fill the frame around the front window. So the separation line will be here, and then obviously, as I said, I'll bring it just down over there, and then drop it across here, and then follow that all the way along. And then once I've got that in, it's just a case of masking the rest of it up. Oh, right, let's get cracking. Right, we're getting there slowly. So I'm hoping you can see kind of what's going to happen. So pink all the way around the front window, pink up until there, and all the way along and up the back end, following this line. And then obviously everything that's masked will be blue, apart from the centre fin. So I'm reasonably happy with that. We've got that sort of line lined up best we can. So I think I can't really go any further with that. I'm happy with, just, like I said, both back lines. So yeah, now we have to just mask everything on that inside, and then we can get some paint on. But actually, before we do that, I'll mask and then we'll go to the wing. Right, that's about 3.5 coats of the pink. How do you do 3.5 coats? What a muppet, you know what I mean. So it's squeaky bum time, hoping that my masking lines are good. Can't really tell anything here. So obviously you can see the effect I got on the shell, where the pink starts and finishes. Stands out a little bit more, and we got that fin done. So that's looking pretty good at the moment. And the wing is just the sides are pink. So I had to mask the main bit because the protection is on the outside of this. So I'm going to get the hairdryer out as well, and just to try to speed the process up so I can get the masking off and kind of see if it's been a success. Right, we are good. That's turned out a treat. Those lines are sharp, or sharp for what I do. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Both sides look good. I still need to trim the corners of that. That's a little bit crappy. But yeah, I think we've got to be happy with that. They're good lines. Just hold it up and see. Yeah, that's okay. So obviously we're just going to let this harden now. But the next stage, that's quite an easy one now, is just to blast over in blue. Give it a couple of coats. So that's quite straightforward. Whereas the wing, I need to just have a think about what we're going to do, because I've left a protective film over, it's on the outside. So what I'll do is I'll get a knife and I'll cut here just to keep it on for the side wings, and then I'll peel the main bit off because this is the side that's getting sprayed. But this is now where we need to think about let me get it, this Kyosho Decal. that's going on this big one, because this is the one where I want to try the stars. Oh God, I'm telling a lie, we're going to put stars down the side of this as well. Right, what I'll do is I'll figure this out off camera, and then I'll fit the stars where I think are going to work. And worst case scenario, even if I put these stars on there and I peel them off and they look terrible, and at least I can just blast it over with the colour it is. So there's not too much to lose here, but a lot to gain. Right, we're back. So if there's anything that isn't going to work on this video, it's these star decals, because obviously they're not designed for this. It's trial and error. If it works, I think it's going to be awesome, but if it doesn't, then nothing really lost. I'll just blow it over in the colour it's supposed to be. But I will be a bit gutted, because obviously this is all going blue, and the idea of the stars is to be PS6 yellow, so it'll give it an extra colour. So anyway, this is the design. That's the design I've gone for there. And on the wing, let's try and get this in camera. On the wing, I've gone for that and left space for a big decal. So obviously that's kind of, I know it's not coming across, but that's kind of what it's going to look like. Anyway, there's no point worrying about this. We need to get the blue on and see what happens. Fingers crossed. Right, so that's some blue on, and I've not gone too thick. Just give it sort of, I won't even call them 3 coats, I'll give it 3 blast overs, because I want that, I don't want it solid, but it kind of is, but when I back it with the yellow, it might just change it a little bit. So anyway, that's what it looks like, and that's what that looks like now. Obviously we don't know about the stars yet, we've got to let the paint harden. The one at the back has leaked ever so slightly, which I can fix. The side ones haven't, but as I say, I do not know what's going to happen when I take these off. Wing, again, quite light, a bit too light at the back actually, but that's what that looks like so far. Doesn't look to be any leakage there, so we will see. So it's going to look something like, that's going to go up like that, and then that's going to sit like that, but obviously in yellow. So obviously the next bit is taking those decals off, but that paint's got to be absolutely solid before we do that. Looks a little bit boxy with my lines, so I'm going to try find some decals. I'll definitely have something just to break that line up. That one's lovely, I don't mind those. The back's worked really well, very happy with that. But yeah, just that, I like that, but that one really probably needed to be a little bit more rounded. Let me hold it up so I can see it. But it's not bad, it's different, very different. Whether it'll work or not, we won't know right till the end. But anyway, it's all good fun this. Well, I'm pleased to report my star idea worked. Next time I'll definitely find proper star stencils, but these have done the job for what I wanted, and they've not really ran, I've got to be honest. There's a little bit of creepage here and there, and I've got to tidy them up yet because they've got a little bit of adhesive. I'll try to show you because it's anyway. But yeah, all in all, if you look at that big one at the back, it looks like it's white, but it's obviously transparent. But when I put the yellow, those 2 little dots will be shown. So I need to sort that out, but the paint's not hard enough. I'm loving that centre pink thing, that's worked really well. And like an absolute idiot, I peeled off the window masks, and I've got to spray those yellow yet. What a tube I am. So my plan is obviously let this paint really get hard, and then I can just put big masking tape over there and then just blast that area over. Wing, again, it's exactly the same. Let me just take it up, sorry. Let me just take it up so you can see the adhesive there. So I need to get that sorted out, but as you can see, it's worked. So yeah, it's just a case of waiting for that paint to harden, and then we'll get cracking. I've cut the Freemen Kyosho decals out, Now this sheet is already pre-cut. I'll just show you it like that. But let me see if I can get it in light. What I forgot was, if you can see the edge of the sticker, it's got like a about like I don't know, 1mm white edge, which I don't want. So I've had to cut the stickers out and miss that white edge off. Let's see. Sorry, it's not that one that's going to go, but that's going to go, I don't know, something like that. It's going to be in your face, this one. And then as I say, the big one is going to go something like that. But anyway, let's get the yellow paint on next. Right, that's the yellow one. And it's pretty hideous, I've got to say. Well, it's different, isn't it? Obviously, once I need it on the car and I need the decals on before I make my final mind up. This is the wing, so I've backed that with the yellow. That's what the wing looks like. So it's got pink sides. So stars have turned out a treat. I'll say it's yellow on the back. Now, of all that, I've only made one sort of error, which is that there. Missed it. No idea how. So anyway, I'm going to cut the wing slightly further down, more rounded. So but I need the paint to harden, and I also have to trim this front edge, and that needs to go in a little bit further, and I'll get rid of that, and then finally trim that back edge up, because that's terrible. But I really wanted to get it to paint, so that's why I did it. So the shell doesn't need any work, just the wing needs a little bit of work. But see if I can bring it up a little bit to give you an idea what it's going to look like. And it's going to be like that. And I totally agree, pretty horrendous. But as I say, let me get that. You know, there's things like this to go on, which is going to make a big difference. And then obviously decals on the side and on the front. So we won't fully know. But I've got to say, I've been having fun doing it. And the wing's done. So paintwork wise, I'm really happy. The stars have worked a treat. I like that. The Kyosho Decals, a little bit in your face, but it's okay. Put some side decals on as well. I'll try to fill it with as many sponsor decals as I've got available to me. I backed it, obviously because I had to spray the yellow. I backed it over with the yellow, but really I need to mask this again and then just give it a final blast over with pink, so it's all that one colour, which I think would look better than that. Although you don't see it. But anyway, that's the wing. And the shell, there we go. So, as I keep saying, bear in mind that that's not cut properly. This probably has got 5, 6, maybe even 7mm to come off it once it's fitted. But again, just went with the decals I had. And obviously, again, the paint side of it. I've got to say, I'm really happy. You know, this was just to play about with. This was a play about project. But yeah, paint wise and what I've done has definitely worked. I like that back end. I like how the blue and the pink merge. I think that's pretty cool. So let's bang it on the car and see what it looks like. And that's it on the car. First things for me straight away is I don't think the white wheels work. Obviously the colours I've gone for are quite hard to match up anyway, but I'm just thinking the white wheels. I think possibly pink wheels or luminous yellow wheels would have worked much better, and unfortunately I don't have any. I do think because it's not trimmed at the bottom properly, that it's looking a little bit kind of bulkier than it should. I think with like 6-7mm trimmed off either side would make it look a lot more streamlined. But as I said, I don't want to touch that just yet. So let me pick the camera up and I'll give you a little tour of it. It's okay. That's definitely a success. Paintwork wise I'm talking about. Very happy with that. Overall, not so sure. So guys, what do you think? It's not the best. What can I say? First up, as a painting exercise, which it kind of was for me, very happy, 100% happy to be honest. My practicing with masking and the stencils and things like that, I'm happy with that. Although it doesn't look the best colour wise, the quality side of it is cock on to be honest. So on a personal level for me, I'm very happy with that. The pink doesn't work for me. I mean, you know, we could throw loads of colours about saying it'd be better. You never quite know until you bang it on the shell, and that's what I found here. Don't get me wrong, it's not the worst thing in the world at all. But I'll just show you this picture here. I just coloured the wheels in pink, and you can see that just makes a hell of a difference. So had I had a set of a luminous lime, a luminous yellow or bright pink wheels, I think it would have looked way better. But as I say, nevertheless, it's done now. And most importantly of all, I had a massive amount of fun doing it. It was very chilled out day and a half, and yeah, it was fun, which I really enjoyed. So leave in the comments what you think. Again, it's a choice of colours, I know it is. I thought that pink, frog pink, would have worked, but perhaps it needed to be a more luminous colour. And I feel it needed more blue as well on the front. But anyway, that's all, we're all experts in hindsight, aren't we? So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm not going to trim the shell because I feel it'd be better with electrics in it and everything before I make that the final fit. So it will look better when it's fitted properly, but as I say, for now that's it finished. So guys, once again, thanks for watching, it's really appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could please consider liking and subscribing to support us, and if you do that, please smash that notification bell for our weekly videos. But as always guys, the most important thing of all, happy art seeing.